Like you leave it full length?
Yeah, I just full length. We can do either though. I mean, how deep? How deep do you want to make these?
How deep is it gonna go?
This, I think, this gets down to 4 feet. I'm shocked this thing's taken a real beating.
Yeah.
Like I'm shocked that this thing is still even functioning. So this is this is the transect your lines and you just spray painted directly beneath.
Yeah.
That's smart, dude.
That's he's like a plumb bob.
Oh, you can use a plumb bob, dude.
Spray painted the. Is that?
I'm wondering if that's a rock. Did it move sideways? Yeah, that's the tough thing about this is that when you start drilling, it'll just, if it hits into a root, oh, a rock.
I think that's it.
Because that's probably about 2 feet. And it's hitting stone.
This is so funky.
Dude, 2 feet could be deep enough. Do you think it's
like that side?
Oh yeah. There's a rock there. Can you put this in there? Oh. Look at this string board. Oh yes, that's a great. You twist it way up and then you pull it back. Right. That's a great knot, man. Yeah, we just double checked that and it hit a rock. Look how much it moved over off the string line. That is nuts. This thing takes at such a small volume.
I know. I don't know if I'm going to be on it, dude.
Because my road is good enough now into my property that I can get the well drilling truck back. A backhoe.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Do you guys ever watch Piers Morgan? Or do you ever see his videos?
Piers Morgan? Yeah, occasionally, for sure.
I don't get it, man. My friend in the UK named his dog Bruce after Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's such a funny name for a dog, Bruce.
Bruce. Is he Scottish?
No, he's Welsh.
Welsh. Oh wait, okay. Safety.
I believe so.
This is like Dumb and Dumber. Nice. So high and to the left. Oh, nice. Dude, nice.
Pretty good amount of drop there. He was aiming kind of like right there.
Oh, no way. That's true. Nice. Woods has got the maximum grip strength going on here. For your guns and your bows, it's like trying to carry up a bow. What if you fart inside? Is there like an echo?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, you've got metal on top.
Yeah.
Did you custom order that?
No, I bought it from some guy on Facebook Marketplace.
Dude, you buy everything on Facebook Marketplace. I think, Tim, you even buy your underwear on Facebook Marketplace, right? Oh, you bought the stairs.
You couldn't buy the wood from Dodge's stairs.
Yeah, should we both be? Whoa! Oh, dude, you are a genius. It smells like citronella in here. It smells like bug spray.
I sprayed some, yeah.
Whoa, dude! So you just pop these plexiglass panels on. It's so warm in here. It's like a. This is amazing, dude. Wow. Well done.
So the only issue is this window is really low.
All right.
So I need to raise it at some point.
We've got vents.
So when I do the insulation, I'm going to raise this whole thing. Ready?
No way.
Bit high.
Is that on the top of the block?
I think it's on the top, yeah. Nice.
Jesus
Right in the middle.
What? Dude, that's a bullseye.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Nice shot.
Oh my God. think that's it. Oh, Clovis, stop licking me. What are you doing? Oh, oh, oh. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot about these guys. We might be out. We've got this old stuff that we ripped off the extension. I think we could probably reuse this old stuff. It's a little mangled, but it'll probably do. Oh, do you know it's dinner time? Oh, it's dinner time. Yeah, okay. Great. Go, great. Yeah. Okay, go. Oh. Yeah, guys, that's pretty mangled. I mean, I almost made the decision just not to use it at all. But I think on this back corner here, this is really out of sight. We're never going to see this. So we're going to leave the front two corners, and then that edge over there, we're going to get new stuff because that trim is not really that expensive at all. And we've basically used 95% of our scrap drip edge here for the gable end. It's like gable end drip, I believe, something like that. But then the front two on here, we'll use new stuff as well because we're going to see that all the time, just to keep it looking crisp. But it's, as far as I can tell, you know, they ask you in the store if you want to order this stuff or not. And I think it's pretty important. You see these ends here, it really keeps them dry from the rain, especially anything that's coming from the side or the snow. And then there's a little kind of lip on the bottom that kind of shoots stuff out away from the building. So just to keep all your lattice or sheathing or, you know, side beams dry, I think it's pretty important for the long-term health of the building. Whoa! HMS Victory after Lord Horatio Nelson's HMS Victory, which won the Battle of Trafalgar, which ended up stopping Napoleon from invading England. So this battle, the reason I chose this name today, is that today is October 21st. And October 21st, 1805 was the Battle of Trafalgar off the coast of Spain. The French, under Napoleon, combined their Mediterranean fleet with the Spanish to try to take control of the English Channel because Napoleon wanted to invade. He had basically conquered all of Europe. The next step in his plans was to take over the British Isles. He needed to control the English Channel, though, because the English had the best navy in the world and they still controlled the seas. So he combined his fleet with the Spanish. There were 33, they called them ships of the line. These were the biggest ships the world had ever seen, mounted with the Spanish and the French ships had 120, 130 cannons each, and they were all side mounted. Fleet was sailing up the coast from Cadiz towards the English Channel to try to take control of the channel so they could help the Grand Armée of Napoleon cross the channel. Horatio Nelson was tasked with defending the motherland, and so he had 27 ships up against the 33 of the French and the Spanish. He had ships of the line as well. They were a little bit smaller. His ships had between 90 and 100 cannons. And Horatio Nelson became basically one of the top-ranked British military officials of the time because of his brilliant tactics and strategy at sea. He was fearless. At the time, the general strategy was to line up two opposing navies into big lines and kind of, you know, sail the lines up beside one another and just start firing. And if you ever got into trouble, you could just kind of quickly sail away. But what Horatio Nelson was known for was instead of sailing parallel to the enemy line, he would line up and crash head on right through the line. So that's what he decided to do in this battle, the Battle of Trafalgar. He lined up his 27 ships in two different lines and ramming straight through the line, the long line of the French and Spanish ships. Now, this was so dangerous to attempt this because if you got fired upon from the sides of all these ships that you were sailing towards, those cannonballs would go all the way down the length of your deck. So they could hit your ammunition stores and blow up your ship. They could blow out the base of your mast. It was incredibly dangerous to approach this. And Nelson's ship, HMS Victory, he was right at the head of the North Line, sailing into the French and the Spanish. Now, if your lead few ships could survive this kind of kamikaze blitzkrieg charge and make it through, what you would do is you would split the opposing force into two different, or in this case, three different sections, and then start to pick them off, get into melee fighting, hand-to-hand combat, etc. So that's exactly what Nelson did. Now, Nelson was actually struck by a musketeer sniper on a French or a Spanish ship. He was killed during the battle, but his HMS Victory did survive the charge. They broke through. The British split the French and the Spanish up into three different sections and then managed to pick them off one by one. They captured 17 of the 33 opposing ships. They sank one of them. They only lost about 400 guys. Meanwhile, the Spanish and the French lost almost 5,000. This is why Horatio Nelson has a square in the middle of downtown London with his statue, and why it is called Trafalgar Square, and why we have named our drone after Nelson's ship, the HMS Victory. Dang. The river has literally risen to like 3 feet to what its normal level was last year. If you look at the bank over there, this is like kind of the normal level of the river before that the beaver dam got washed out. Wow. Look how high the water is. That's crazy. $5.25. Clovis, what you doing, buddy? What you doing? Oh, yes. Oh. Whoa, squirter. Squirter. Oh. Hey. It is crazy. So what do you think? How does it look like compared to the videos?
This is even more spectacular than the videos. You can't do it justice unless you have your real eyeballs on the place. And it's everything. It's the sounds, it's the smell of the fresh air. It's like just quite incredible. And the ridge lines are huge.
Wood. Thank you, sir.
You want 2 at a time?
Yeah, I think that'll be good. Well, it's crazy. Your apartment in downtown Toronto, your condo rather, it's very rare because you have a wood burning fireplace. You know, that's pretty rare for Toronto, right?
Extremely rare. In a city of 4.5 million people with a lot of density downtown, there are no fireplaces.
This thing is harder to swing. It's 8 pounds. This is like called a splitting. This is a splitting maul. Actually, I probably should do this that close to the truck. Can do it? No, I think that's good. It's harder to aim, but yeah. No, dude. No. There we go. Oh, dude, you split in 3.
We used that in the video. Man, going to Finland, that was a long journey.
That was a long journey, man.
Would you ever like go to the U.S. or go to another country? You know, I don't know, like something not in the desert because there's nothing to, no trees or anything, but.
No, that's what I'm going to go to Saudi Arabia and start doing it, building log cabins with palm trees. I'm going to do called Osama bin Laden.
Start the other bit over there.
We're full, baby. We're full. That's a lot of wood, eh?
Full. Look at that. That is beautiful. Warm and comfortable all winter long, James.
I think we'll really be able to pack it in here. Look at that, man. That's crazy. So this is 10 feet by 6 feet. A face cord is 8 feet by 4 feet. So this is 50% taller and a little bit longer. So say conservatively it's 50% more than a face cord. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 plus 50%, that'd be 7.5 face cords.
Wow, man.
Yeah, it was great to have it. Well, did you ever think about when you were a kid, like, do you ever think about living in the woods like this, or was that never on the radar?
No, I thought I was more, I read like Moby Dick, Kon-Tiki. Anyway, the idea of the sea to me was a lot more, that was more my reading and interest.
Yeah.
Than the woods. But you know, in Windsor, there's no hills. In Essex County, you get to London and there's still no hills. And there's, in terms of woods and woodlots and stuff. But this kind of nature, I remember the first time going out north and just like, oh man, this is incredible. The rocks and the trees and the hills and the density of the forest.
And that's 4 feet tall. So this is a little bit over 1 face cord, stacked in the traditional tight stacking method. So that's very good to know. Like 1 full load from the pickup truck, half-ton pickup truck like F-150, Silverado, Toyota Tundra, is about 1 face cord. Oh yeah. Good boy. Good boy.
Anything beyond what I've read in the newspapers and heard on the radio and TV about these two guys. Worry backbenchers are thinking, well, because that's their job, they probably analyse our.
Oh, hello. Yeah, you want to go in? Yeah, it's cold. It's cold. We're going to go to bed. We're going to go to bed. Yeah. 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 Oh, yeah. Dude, don't drink too much water. You're going to pee. You're going to have to pee at 2 a.m., man. Nope. Good night, buddy. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Whoa. Bro. So when I was just trying to start it, this red oil indicator light was coming on. Normal operation is just the green one, but this, it would start up, but then after maybe 10 or 15 seconds, it would cut out, and this light would be on for the oil indicator. So that means that the oil is needs to be changed. So let's see how she does now. Oh, hello. Okay, so this is a 10-foot tube, 10 feet long, 6 feet. So we've got 4 feet of water in the bottom of this bad boy. So your average shower is 100 liters of water. Let me do the calculation on Google to see how much volume of water that is. So according to the Google Meister, that is 550 liters of water. So that would be 5.5 showers full of water down there. Make sure I don't drop my phone. But that's a lot. Now, my hypothesis is that this thing is only going to be a 3-season well because the recharge level is only 3 feet down, and then you get into clay where there's no water. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to test it. Like say in February, we're going to come out and we're going to pump it and see what happens. Does it recharge or does it not? Because if it does recharge, it could be a 4-season well. So that's great. Still no word from the well guys. I don't know what's going on. It's getting concerning, to be honest, because it's like October 22nd now. And they said they were going to be back by the end of the month. So that's the situation. Oh, wow, guys, that's so clear. I can see right to the bottom. It's really hard to see with the camera, but I can see right to the bottom of the well. I put a little bit of that washed stone down there. I can actually see the washed stone. So the water's coming through crystal clear, which is awesome. We going, buddy. We're going. Can you guys see the bottom? It's hard to see with the reflection, but okay, we're just gonna let this run through a whole tank of gas and see what happens to the water level. See if it gets recharged. You guys see all that water rushing out of there? I'm pretty sure that's the water recharging from the pit around. Because you remember, there's actually probably a lot more water than just the 30 inches wide by 4 feet. We've you've got that giant stone pit with all that clean fill around here. All of that is almost certainly full of water. So it's actually probably a lot more than 500 liters sitting down there. It could be 10 times, it could be 5,000 liters for all I know. Okay guys, it's kind of stuck in limbo. There's about 1.5 feet of water left, but the bucket's now floating up, filling back up, going down, getting sucked clean, floating back up. See, it's going again. So let's just leave it here for a while, see what happens. We'll come back. We'll come back to see if we can even drain it to the bottom, but I'm impressed, man. That thing's been going for about 20 minutes. It took a long time to pump that thing down that far. The recharge is really flowing in, so. Whoa. Holy cow. I think that we're gonna put hooks up underneath our awning and hang a waxed canvas tarp for the winter. And then also, I guess for the summer too, to keep the UV rays, you know, from entering here. There's gonna be a lot of airflow. The main reason I'm putting this in, to be honest, I think there'll be plenty of light. But the main reason is like, I'm always thinking about like bears. If there's a bear walking down the trail, at least I can see it when I'm inside this building. You know what I mean? If I'm doing stuff with the tools here, so. No! It's looking good. We finally have tool storage, guys. Thank the gods. Let's go check on the well. Whoa! Look. Okay, I think now the experiment is this. We'll turn this off. The experiment now is we leave it I can see I don't know if you can see that recharge coming in through the sides. But I think we leave it. We check it every hour. Huh. So it's been actually about an hour and a half. How is that thing right on the bottom? So it's pretty good. I guess that's maybe like a foot of water. That's okay. And I guess if you think about it, the foot of water is really spread out. You know, where we put the gravel, it's in a big circle like this. It could definitely be better, but I think that's pretty good. Like an hour and a half, that's definitely a few hundred liters, you know, of water. So folks, we finally finished the roof on this side so we can take down the temporary decking. I know a lot of people said it's very useful. Why don't you just leave it up? But it was just a temporary deck so we could safely work on the roof on this side. Tumbling off the roof, I got a number of messages from people who were like, broke their back, broke their spine, broke legs, falling off roofs. So it really freaked me out, all those messages. So that's why we built it. But the problem number one with the temporary deck is last winter we got 23 feet of snow, which was a new record for this area. All that snow that is sliding off the roof would get piled up here. One of the nice things about being next to this cliffside here is that a lot of the snow kind of just slides down the hill. So we want to continue that phenomena. Having a deck, like that's the whole purpose of, you know, why we built this. So not going to leave that there. It makes things too gnarly, too complicated, I think. And then what we're going to be working on next, which is getting the sauna foundation and roof up. We're doing I would call it a non-traditional / experimental sauna build. So we're going to be needing actually some scaffolding. So that's another reason why I wanted to free up our spare boards here for the scaffolding I think we're going to need on the sauna build. So the next step is to move some of these special hemlock timbers. to toot my own horn, but I think that's the cleanest beam cut I've ever made. Oh, this one's a lot heavier. This one's a lot wetter. Holy cowabunga. Okay, folks, so we got our two biggest beams of the entire sauna build right here. And this is a magical wood known as hemlock. So this hemlock I got from a local sawmill, just a small scale sawmill. And hemlock is not found in the area that we are. It is further south in central Ontario, but we're probably about 50 or 100 kilometers north of where it kind of peters out. But it's it's a coniferous tree. I believe it's in the pine family. But what's very interesting about hemlock is it is extremely rot resistant to water. So I thought, because this is going to be right by the river and there's always going to be flooding risks in terms of water contact on our foundation, why not use hemlock? This is really cool. And I also realized that Sean James, he built his entire tool shed or workshop rather at his second property from hemlock that he had bought from a local sawmill as well. So I don't think we'll do the whole thing out of hemlock, but we're definitely going to do the foundation. And I guess, you know, kind of the first level of the walls with these big hemlock. These are 6x6 beams, true 6x6. The first trick, this is the last thing we're going to be able to do this week because we got to get in for editing. But I'm going to see, can we move these with just the old lumberjack, you know, shoulder carry down there, because it's a treacherous trip. Ooh. Yeah, this one's definitely heavier than the other one. It's definitely pretty still green. These are green. They were just milled, so they're still pretty heavy with water. This is the original site of the planned sauna. Okay, so we did it. Not only that's the longest timber in our build, which is 9 feet, but it's also much heavier than the other. The other one's much drier. This one's just full of water. So we'll be able to manage the rest. The average timber length is going to be about 7 feet. So I think the rest will be definitely much more manageable. But anyways, guys, we got to get out to edit right now for tomorrow. But next week is definitely going to be, I think, entirely sauna. We got to get the sauna sorted. We've got this 1 week to get as much as the sauna sorted as we can. And then we have to move on to other things in anticipation of the first snows of December. Okay. Ooh, nice. Nice. That has filled up a lot. Overnight, I think that's pretty much full, guys. That is sweet. So I think the recharge is pretty good. I think it's pretty good on this, man. If this well still recharges in the winter, we can totally run the guest cabin bathroom off of this well. Totally. This is a lot of water. The water here, plus all the water in that reservoir that we built around here, that is a lot of water. So yeah, fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. That would be ideal, actually, if we could run the guest house off of this well and then have that drilled well for the main cabin. That would be ideal. So fingers crossed. Two major tasks wiped off the board, which was getting the roof done on the guest cabin as well as on the ATV garage. And we got a bonus task done, which is setting up basically the tool shed in the ATV garage, which I did not actually expect to do, but I realized that we needed to do that to protect our tools through the winter. What comes after that? Next week, I think, is the only week we have to spend on the sauna. Try to get the foundation and the wall and roof up. You'll see it's a non-traditional way of doing a sauna. After that, we're just going to do the bathroom septic. I don't think that we're going to get the well drilled this year, guys. I have not heard back from the well drilling company. They originally offered and were wanting to drill my well when I was over in Finland in the last week of September, but I did not want to do that. I told them I wanted to be here. You know, if you're going to spend $20,000 on a water source, you want to be there for when they're doing it. So the guy was kind of miffed at that, and he was like, listen, you know, we could come back in October, but it's going to be a tight schedule. I said, yes, let's do it. You know, pencil me in for October, but haven't heard from him. It's, you know, October, whatever, 24th today. And we just have to move ahead thinking that we're not going to have the well until the spring, but we can get everything else about the bathroom set up otherwise. And then after that, got the sawmill barn, tractor barn foundation. Remember, we just need the foundation set before winter, and everything else we can keep building. Thanks so much for watching. Strength and honor to you all. May the gods bless both the old gods and the new. And remember, folks, if you ever have a massive problem in your life, like, for example, Napoleon threatening to invade your country, just do what Admiral Nelson did. Line up all your warships, point it at the enemy fleets, start sailing towards them head on, while screaming at the top of your lungs the following 13 words and 9.5 syllables. Ooga, booga.